Hey folks, this is Vincent Otterly with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to play Back to the Future, Back in Time. This is a cooperative adventure game. It supports 2 to 4 players. It's for ages 10 and up. I would estimate the average play time to be about 60 minutes. So we played the cooperative dice game, and this is our first time playing the cooperative board game, although there will be dice associated with this one. So the setting here is the original Back to the Future film, where Marty is back in 1955. He's trying to get his parents to fall back in love while they're trying to get the DeLorean fixed and working again so that on 10:04 p.m. on Saturday night, the DeLorean can be where it needs to be and Marty's parents are back in love, and then he can go back to 1985. If you haven't seen Back to the Future, go watch it. It's a great movie. I probably spoiled everything, but hey, go watch it. You've had plenty of time to watch it by now. This is heavy. Anyway, so this is a cooperative game where we each control a character. In this game, she is playing as Marty, and I am playing as Doc. There are 2 other characters in the box that we could play as. There is Jennifer, which is an odd choice, considering that Jennifer didn't really play a huge role in Back to the Future 1. And then you also had Einstein, which is Doc's dog. Also didn't play a huge role in the first one, although he did get to sit in the car and become the world's first time traveler. Anyway, there are figurines for that here.
It's too bad you can't play as a DeLorean.
How would you play as a DeLorean?
DeLorean trying to fix the DeLorean.
I guess. Well, we are. That's one of our goals in this game. We're going to be trying to fix the DeLorean.
Yeah.
So, one of our goals is to get the DeLorean. It comes with this little miniature piece here. It's kind of cool looking. And no, unfortunately, it's very small. Very, 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 very small. But it does say out of time. Out of time on the license plate. For those of you aficionados out there. But we're going to be escorting it along this path. And it's going to go to Doc Brown's house. We have to have 3 things in order to get it past that point to the street that it needs to be on in order to win the game. There's going to be 3 things that we need, and they are already out on the board. We've got gasoline over here. We've got a cable that does not have wheels. No, it doesn't. It's not a Micro Machine car. So we've got gasoline. We've got a cable, and there was the hook. And once we acquire these 3 parts, we can escort the DeLorean past Doc Brown's house and continue to this street here. That is going to be, again, one of our goals that we need to meet by the end of the game. Also, we've got George and Lorraine. They're the same color token. I wish that weren't the case, but so it goes. We're going to be trying to get them to rekindle their love. That was one of the main problems in Back to the Future. That's what this board up here is all about. There are 6 of these pieces of the picture of the family portrait here, okay? And on the back is just like the faded side. If at any point all 6 of these tiles are flipped over to their back side, then we lose the game. Now, we're going to be, this is the love track. There's a -4, which is really bad. We do not want to be in the negatives. But we're trying to get this tracker into the hearts area. Reason for that is, throughout the game on this time tracker over here, we're going to check to see if they are in love. If they are, then the picture stays as is. If they are not in love, if they are in just the regular numbers or in the negative, then we actually have to start flipping over tiles. If it's in the negative, we have to flip over 2. It's nasty. We do not want to be in the negatives. Okay? So that's what this track is. This is the love track up here. We've also got some other cards that will come out over time. There are power tiles that we will be able to draw throughout the game as rewards. Each player starts with a player board and 5 of these standard tiles. So Doc Brown has a starter power here. There's 5 of them for each player. So I start with 2 green ones, a yellow, a purple, and a blue. She starts with 2 blue ones, green, pink, and yellow. And each colored dice will affect different skill tests that we're going to be performing throughout this game. The pink die is for when we're trying to raise the love meter. Typically, we want George and Lorraine to be in the same location, and if they are, we can roll. We can expend these tiles to roll dice and try and raise this meter. Likewise, you've got this yellow die, which is all about escorting the DeLorean along this path. Okay? Someone has to be next to the DeLorean or in the same space. This is a space, this is a space, this is a space, this is a space, space. Okay? But we need to be in the same location as the DeLorean in order to perform that skill check. The blue die is for knocking out Biff. Biff is the red figurine here. The first time you knock him out, he's going to lay on his side like that. And then if you manage to knock him out further than just the once, then you're going to add these tokens, these knockout tokens. And what these tokens do is they prevent movement. Every time Biff would move, you remove a token, and if he's out of tokens, then you stand him up. So it prevents him from moving around the board and disrupting George and Lorraine, as we'll see later. Typically, if Biff is tasked with moving toward, when Biff moves around the board, if he ever lands on a spot with George or Lorraine on it, and he has to continue moving, we actually lose love. He's disrupting things. We lose love on the track. So by preventing him from moving, by knocking him down, we're preventing him from doing that. So he starts on the clock tower space up here. The green die is for acquiring the parts that we need for the DeLorean, among other things. There are opportunity cards. 3 are drawn at the beginning of the game and placed on their locations. Each of these opportunity cards will tell you where they go. It says Lorraine's house, meet Uncle Joey. And as a reward, this is the skill test up here. We have to use, if we get one green result that looks like this, then we get to draw 1 power over here. I'll explain this in a minute. I've taken the liberty of making the game slightly easier by incorporating some homebrewed rules. Okay, and I'll explain what those are in a minute. But suffice it to say, by completing opportunities, we'll be able to gain rewards. There are like items that we can get, and you can look through these freely. Backpack, for example. There's these are all. Oh, there we go. There's the remote control, George's notebook, cassette player, sci-fi magazine, Lorraine's locket. They each have special abilities, and we'll be able to use them on our turns. Okay. So, long story short, complete these opportunities to gain more actions for your board. You can have a total of 8 actions. If you ever go over 8, you have to discard down to 8 at the end of your turn and have 8 active powers. Unless you've got the backpack, in which you can hold 2 more slots. The backpack is one of those special items I was talking about. This is the time track over here. The game does not immediately end when the DeLorean gets here and we get the love track here. It doesn't automatically end. The game only ends when either these are all flipped over, which we lose, or when this timer here goes to the 10:04 p.m. spot. If it gets there, and we've satisfied both objectives, there's still a positive pick. If they're in love and the DeLorean is here, then we win. Okay? That's the gist of it. Now, the typical turn plays out something like this. The beginning of a player's turn, they're going to move the orange time tracker further down the track. Now, typically this would be horizontal, but for the purposes of this video, it's going to start on the 2-player spot and move up toward the end spot there. For the very first turn of the game, you just simply put this cube on the 2-player spot. The 4-player spot is back here. The 3-player spot is on the reverse side of that time track. Okay. So first you move the time cube to the next spot. You resolve the spaces next to it, in this case. It may require you to draw a trouble card. Trouble cards interrupt players in various ways. Biff's gang is, causing all sorts of craziness. On some occasions, you may have to resolve the love track and see if you need to flip over any of these tiles, and so on. There's also a movement deck. This will determine how how George, Lorraine, and Biff move around the board. Okay? As far as what I did to make this game easier, there's 2 things that we did. Typically, all of the power tiles are just face down in a stack. And whenever the game tells you to get one, you just draw the top one. There's no choice. You just take it. It could be good, it could be bad, you never know. It may not be what you want. Instead, I've incorporated a draft so that whenever you're tasked with getting one, you have your choice. You can pick from one of the face-up ones, like in other games that we've played, or you can take a face-down one. This will allow us to have more control over what we're gaining over time. That was one of the things I incorporated. The other thing I incorporated is whenever you're rolling dice for a skill check, 1/3 of these dice have Biff symbols on them. So there's a 1 in 3 chance you'll roll Biff. Not only does the dice become locked when you roll a Biff, but after you resolve your check, Biff will move the amount of spaces you rolled him. I've disabled that.
Yeah.
Biff will now lock dice, but he will no longer move as the result of us rolling Biff.
Okay.
During a skill check, we can re-roll dice as many times as we want until we roll Biffs or keep what we have. Okay?
How does Biff move?
Biff moves via movement cards.
Ah,
And again, by standard rules, every time you roll a Biff, he moves. The way he moves is he will pick George or Lorraine, whoever is closer, and move toward them. Otherwise, if they're equidistant, then he prioritizes Lorraine.
Okay.
Because he loves Lorraine, not George.
Yeah.
Okay? So we want to keep George and Lorraine away from Biff.
But he loves to beat up George.
He loves to beat up George. That is true. That is true. I told you never to come in here. Anyway, Town Square is a special spot. Biff, Lorraine, and George can never go here.
Oh, interesting.
When they're tasked with moving, it's typically clockwise or counterclockwise. They're either going to move this way around the board or this way, depending on the card that comes up.
Okay.
Okay? But we can move through Town Square. They cannot.
Okay.
Okay?
And the DeLorean?
The DeLorean just simply moves on these faded DeLorean spaces.
Oh, that's the only places it can move?
Correct. Mm-hmm. It goes. It's a track. It goes down here to Doc Brown's house. If it has all the parts, it'll continue on up here.
I see.
Okay?
Okay.
And that's it. So we move the time tracker, we resolve cards, and then the active player takes their turn.
Okay.
They can basically flip these tiles over and exhaust them in order to do their actions. In most cases, instead of rolling that colored die, it says roll a pink die or move up to 3 spaces. So these tiles will be used for movement and for rolling dice. You have to sort of pick and choose which ones you want to use for movement and which ones you want to use for rolling. You can also escort George and Lorraine as you move. So if I were to go like 1, I could pick up George and go 2, 3, and escort them together. And because they are together, I could do a love roll and see if I can get this love meter up.
Interesting.
Okay? Now, these dice contain wilds on them. Actually, the manual has a breakdown, which is nice. Oh, by the way, Tales from Space. This is a nice little touch here. This is the magazine that George was reading, I believe. Anyway, so let me see if I can. There it is. So that is the dice breakdown here. The lightning bolt symbols that are on these dice are considered wild. So you could, in theory, use the blue dice, which is mainly for knocking out Biff. You could use this blue die for other checks, but you have to roll a wild in order for it to count. And that's a 1 in 3 chance of rolling a wild. It's not going to happen very often, but hey, maybe you're lucky. Who knows?
So if you roll this, it could potentially be like a love thing.
It could. If this blue die turns into a wild when you roll it, you can use it as a pink heart for the love meter.
Okay. What does the yellow dice do again?
That allows you to escort the DeLorean.
And the green one is to prepare the DeLorean?
The green one is to test to collect these items.
Oh, I see. Oh, and you have, okay.
Among other things, these opportunities will have various symbols on them.
Okay.
Okay? Who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. So what'll happen is this timer goes on the 2-player for the first part.
Okay.
And it says the yellow trouble. So there's 3 levels of trouble. There's trouble 1, trouble 2, trouble 3.
Already?
Yeah. So this will go out somewhere. And gang wrecks George's bicycle. South shop. So it's going to go here. Okay? Effect. The love meter cannot be raised by more than 1 per turn. And then if we complete this by rolling a yellow, then it'll go away. Okay? So it's going to go here temporarily. So any love checks that we do while this is in play, it will cannot increase more than 1.
Okay.
Okay? So there's also something down here. What does that say? Is that movement?
Says movement.
Movement.
Yes.
So we're going to draw a movement and see what this is.
George.
Move George counterclockwise 3 spaces. So
Oh,
1, 2, 3.
My plan.
And Biff moves 1 space, which is closest one is George. So already, now he only moves once because there's only 1 Biff
Face.
symbol on here. If there had been 2, we would have taken a hit on the love meter already.
Oh, I thought that was only for Lorraine. So it's
No, for
George
both.
too.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Interesting.
So I feel like part of us needs to knock Biff down or get George out of there. Your special ability is what? Once per turn.
Lorraine may move up to 2 spaces towards you.
Okay. And my special ability is once per turn, you may move to the DeLorean's location.
Okay.
Which I may want to do. If you're taking your turn, fine. But if I take my turn first, I could use my ability to warp over here and then possibly move George away from Biff.
Okay.
I can escort him away. So if
Yeah.
you want, I can take the first turn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of cheating, but, kind of not.
Go ahead. I mean, it doesn't really matter. This was going to start anyways, right? And then you can do the first turn, right? Is that could it work?
What do you
that
mean?
way?
No, it's either you take the first turn or I take the first
Yeah,
turn.
I'm just saying. Does this applies before?
It does.
Right?
Right, yeah. So either you're going to go first or I'm going to go first.
Go ahead.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll go first. I'll use my ability to warp to the location. I've used that ability. I can't use it anymore. But now I'm at the DeLorean spot. I'm going to flip over. Let's see. What am I going to do for my turn? Doc's inventions are here. There's a cable part there, which looks cool.
I was thinking of going here for my first turn because it needs blue and I have 2 blues.
That's a possibility. Or you can go and beat Biff up. It's whatever you want. Or I can move George this way and try and do this over here, which is draw 1. If I can get a green die result,
How do you move George?
you just move.
Oh, you just take it.
You just take a move action and you can escort him.
Wow. Okay.
So what I might do that. I might actually flip my yellow one to move 3 spaces or up to 3 spaces, and I'll bring George with me. 1, 2. And I'm going to attempt this Gear Up for School challenge. I just need to roll 1 green result. So what I may do is I'm going to flip 1 green over, and I'm going to roll 1 green die. Again, on this die, there are the green symbols that I need. There's lightning bolt symbols, and then there's Biff. So let's see what I roll. It's a green flux capacitor symbol.
You got it.
Yeah, so I got it. So I complete this opportunity, and it says here, draw 1 power, gain the backpack item. So I'm just going to discard that. A new one will come out. So first, the backpack is this one. You may hold up to 2 extra power items. This item is never exhausted.
Nice.
So while I have this, I can have a total of 10 things. I also get to draw 1. Now, typically in the standard rolls, you draw from the top and that's it. With my draft variant, you can pick and choose what you like.
Okay.
I think I like the whole re-roll all Biffs. That way, if I get bad Biff rolls, I can mitigate some luck that way.
And these are consumables, right?
These are not, well, no, these refresh at the end of your turn.
Any power that you get refreshes, so it adds to these?
Yes, it adds. So you start with 5, and then you get up to 8 throughout the game. This allows you to turn 1 wild into 2 wilds. So if you roll a wild, you can make it 2. Or if you roll a blue die on this one, you can make it a wild. So any blue die that you roll and get that symbol, you can turn it into a wild. So there's a lot of different variants here. This is just roll any color die. It can be anything.
Cool.
I like the whole re-roll all, though. So I'm going to take that to help me mitigate. Now, these always start face down. So you don't get them right away. The backpack, however, is never exhausted.
Cool.
So I'm just going to draw a new one from here. Okay, it's another wild one. And I'm going to put out a new opportunity, which is go parking. This goes in the school parking lot, which is by the DeLorean. If you get a heart symbol and a yellow symbol, you can draw 2 of these power things, keep 1 and give the other to the other player. raise the love meter by 2.
Okay.
So if we manage to do this, we'll get some power, and this love meter will go up. But again, if we do that with this in play, it's only going to go up by 1 because this prevents that kind of thing. It's still my turn. I have these 3 yet to resolve. I might want to come down here, like exhaust maybe the blue one to move 3 spaces. So 1, 2, and escort George away from Biff. And I might use this to try and complete this. This says Lorraine's house. If I complete it by rolling 1 green die.
Doc meeting Uncle Joey.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, Doc meeting Uncle Joey, but I'm going to roll a die and see if I get it. Sure. It is a Biff symbol. Unfortunately, my power does not kick in yet. Now, in the standard game, Biff would now move 1 space closer for rolling that. In the variant I came up with, you just don't move Biff. But the die is locked and it fails. Okay. So now I've got this left. I could try and do that with the pink die, but I'd have to roll a wild to get it. Or I can just try and get them to love each other, which I may just do. There is a double heart symbol on these, and if I ever roll that, it's only going to go up by 1 instead of 2 because of this. Right. Yeah. So I'm going to, for my last turn, I'm going to try and get them to fall in love, I guess. 2 hearts. It's fine. So they only, because of this, it only goes up by 1.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is the end of my turn. My stuff will refresh, and I'll have it. Now, you can also use your abilities during someone else's turn if you are in the same spot. So if you ever were to come here in the future and you need my help with a pink die, I can give you the pink die. I just don't get this back until the end of my next turn.
Interesting.
Okay? Okay. So that was it. And now we move the tracker up by 1. Okay. And that is a movement, right?
So it goes your turn, then the tracker, then my turn, then the tracker.
No, it's reversed. It's reversed. First you resolve this, and then you take your turn. Okay. So we did that. We at the beginning of the game, Biff moved here, George moved here. The tracker. And then I took my turn. And now we're going to do the tracker. We take the movement card.
So it's tracker, then player, tracker, second player, tracker, first player, tracker. Yes. So, wow.
Movement. Move Lorraine counterclockwise 3 spaces. Ooh. So 1, 2, 3.
Is that clockwise or counterclockwise?
It says counterclockwise. It's clockwise is like a clock. Oh. Okay. Counterclockwise is in the opposite direction.
Cut that out. I don't know my clockwise.
Biff moves 1 space closest to whoever. That's Lorraine. Okay. So now it is your turn. You are here.
All right. I'm going to use my green thing to move up to 3 spaces. 1, 2. I want to stay there.
Okay.
And I want to use... Wait, what is the mind-reading helmet?
The mind-reading helmet is one of these special things. Let's see what it does. On your turn, when you draw a movement card, like in the beginning of your turn, you draw 2 of them. Choose one and discard the other one.
Movement so these movement
cards? Yes. So you can choose which card you like.
Okay. I'm going to roll... For both of these to try and get that?
If that's what you want. Or you don't have to do them both at the same time. Oh. You can choose to do 1 die, and then if you fail, then do the other one. It's up to you.
So I'll do that. I'll roll the blue one to try and grab that.
And you can never roll more than 2 dice of a color. Like, this is the limitation here. Yeah. That's it. Okay. So you're going to roll 1 die and try and get 1 blue symbol or a wild. You got a 1 blue symbol. So you completed this challenge, and as a result, you're going to draw 1 of these power tiles. Okay. And then you're going to get the mind-reading helmet. Do you have or you can draw 1 face down if you don't like any of those. Okay. So here's your mind-reading helmet.
Thank you.
You can't use it this turn, but you can use it next turn, obviously. These are always, like, exhausted. Yeah. Whenever you acquire them.
Okay. I'm going to do... what am I going to do? Roll any color.
Yeah, any color, 2 hearts. Any blue of these that you roll is a wild. If you happen to roll a double, then that counts as 2 wilds. Really? This is when you roll the wild result, you get 2 wilds instead. That'll help you complete checks easier. And then this one is just move up to 6 spaces.
I'm going to do... I want one of these two. The 6 spaces is nice because it's good maneuverability, but you know what? Let's do this one.
You're going to take the wild.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Ooh.
And you still have more to do. So you completed this, right? You completed this opportunity. Yeah. So a new one comes out. A new opportunity always comes out when you complete one. The troubles, on the other hand, do not automatically get refreshed when you complete them. But if a new one comes out when there's already one out, the old one goes away and the new one replaces it wherever it goes. This new one is the South Shops, which is over here. And we need a yellow to... So 2 yellows. Oh. Whoever has a lot of yellows should try and do both of these if they can. The reward is draw 1 power... And you get the radiation suit. The radiation suit is another card, and that one is exhaust this item to ignore all Biffs during a challenge roll. That really doesn't help us, though, because that would come into play if we were moving Biff when we rolled him. Since we have that variant, it's kind of useless.
I wonder if we should just take it out then.
We can we'll just take it out. We'll just draw a new one. We're still playing around with... Okay, so view video footage, Doc Brown's house. Draw 1 power, gain the video recorder item. So we'll put that over here.
Okay.
And the video recorder is another item. That one... let's see, binoculars. After a failed trouble or opportunity challenge... exhaust this item to refresh all the tiles that you used in that attempt.
Oh, wow.
So if you exhaust 2 of these and roll the dice and you fail, you can unexhaust them and use them again.
Wow. Okay.
You need a heart for that. Which you're right there.
I know. I think I might actually do it. I might do it, yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
All right, pink die.
So here's a question. If I had chosen this, right? It's kind of moot because that would have been 3 heart dice, and you can never have more than 2 heart dice, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
You can only pick one. You can only pick the single or the double, not both.
It's weird that they give us 2 of the same color, knowing that. So
again, you may be doing more than 1 heart check. It's just per test, mind you. You can perform the same test as many times as you want.
Okay.
You just can't roll that many dice at the same time.
Okay. All right.
Heart.
Hey!
So you got it. So that means you can pick one of these.
Okay.
And you get the video recorder item.
Woo! All right.
So here is your video recorder.
Okay.
So on a failed challenge, you refresh those tiles that you used, the power tiles. And you also get to choose one of those. So that goes there. The new one is Lou's Cafe, which is here. It says it's just draw 1 power upon success. You need a yellow symbol to complete that one.
Okay.
Any preference on what you want here?
Oh yeah. Would you be more interested in... Actually, I have a lot of blues. I think I might just go for... Yeah, I think I might... I'm going to go with this one.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so a new one comes out. So all greens, if I have this one, if I rolled a green, I can...
Use it as
a wild. Yeah.
Cool.
So essentially, if I rolled a green during a love test and I rolled that symbol, I can turn it into a heart.
All right. I'll do this. I'm going to use this one to move up to 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Escort Lorraine.
Okay.
Go here. And then I'm going to try and do the Meet Uncle Joey task.
With a yellow one?
Yeah, because if I fail it, I can exhaust it and refresh all my things, right?
Oh, very smart. Okay.
No, that doesn't end my turn, right?
No, it doesn't.
Wow, that's crazy.
Exhaust the item to refresh all power... Yes, you could totally... So just to try it, you could do it.
Yeah.
It's a 1 in 3 chance. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
So you have to expend your yellow... In theory, we'll just sort of do this with it for right now. Because if you fail, you intend to flip it back over.
Yeah.
So you need a wild.
Okay.
It's a Biff.
Okay, so I did fail, right?
You did fail, so you can flip this back over. But you exhaust this now, meaning it just goes flipped over.
It says all power tiles.
That were used in the attempt.
Oh, refresh all. Oh, okay.
You only had one die that you used, so you're going to try again? No, you don't have to...
Oh, I don't have to try again with the yellow.
Well, you don't have a whole lot of choice here.
Yeah.
You're here...
Unless, how about this? Here's my thought process. If I use this to move, can I bring both Lorraine and George, or only one person?
You can only escort one, but you're out of...
Okay.
You're out of...
But if I use this just to move up here, right? And bring Lorraine, could you maybe on your next turn move up here and then try for one of these checks, and I can help you out since we'll both be in the same spot?
Yeah, we can do that if you want.
It's up to you.
What would you prefer?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, let's do it. And then before I escort, I might try and complete this one. Before I move, I want to try and get that one done if I can.
All right. Okay.
So you're going to do that. You're going to bring one of them up.
Yes.
And that ends your turn.
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine. And then that way we can be in the same spot and I can help you out next turn.
Okay.
Maybe.
So now at the end of your turn, you're going to refresh all your stuff.
Yes.
And that time tracker goes up by 1.
And that just says movement.
Movement. So
now I have the mind reading.
On your turn now, right?
Oh, fudge. That's
it's now considered my turn.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so movement is George counterclockwise 2 spaces.
Oh, man.
So unfortunately, he's over here. I have to move twice to move him, unfortunately. Move Lorraine clockwise 1 space. So your plan didn't... Now, here's the thing. On your turn, what you could have done, and we can retcon it, you have that ability where you can ask Lorraine to move 2 spaces toward you. You could have escorted George and then used your power to have Lorraine move toward you.
Yeah, but even so, the movement...
I'm just saying you could have done that.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, so it says move George counterclockwise 2 spaces and move Lorraine...
George should be here. This is Lorraine. Yeah, there you go.
All right. And no Biff, though. So that's kind of okay. I don't like where this is going. We still need to increase this as much as possible. I also want to try and move it. We need to get that DeLorean moved.
If I had that, like you said, if I had moved George instead, right?
Yeah.
He still would have ended up, like, right here.
He would have ended up here on Lou's Cafe.
Yeah.
He would have moved 1, 2, and then, so...
Lorraine still would have been up there.
Yeah, I'm just saying, he would have been 1 spot closer. It wouldn't have made too much of a difference.
Sorry.
On your next turn, you can try and get him over there. I want to try and get that DeLorean moving, if I can.
That's why I'm thinking we should get the parts as fast as we can.
Yeah, I agree. I'm over here. I've got a lot of green. I'm tempted to try for these 2. Okay. I'm already here. So I'm going to just expend 1 green to roll 1 green die. And
what about the red die instead? To roll it. Sorry.
I need a green symbol here.
Yes.
So it's another Biff. But I have this reroll all.
Okay.
So I'm going to expend that to re-roll this die. Biff, it's a 1 and 3, and all right, I'm gonna expend my other one to do this again. It's a 1 and 3 chance of rolling Biff. It's a wild. I still complete it, so I get this opportunity done. It lets me to draw one of these power tiles.
Okay.
I'm going to take. I think since I have 2 green, I might actually take this one. So that I can, in the future, anytime I roll a green, I can use greens on other things. So I might take this one. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that face down like that. And now I'd like to get this one, but I'm out of green dice, unfortunately.
You could use mine.
I'd have to move there and use yours.
Unless you want to do something else.
But the problem is you only have the 1 green.
In the
one.
one.
Yeah, we'd have to roll 2 green successes. Maybe not yet.
Okay.
I kind of want to bank these as quickly as possible to fill these up. I've got the backpack too. The more powers I can bank in the beginning, the more actions I can take on future turns.
Okay.
In my opinion, I think that's the right way to go.
All right.
So I might expend, say, the blue one to move 1 space over here. Oh, I forgot to draw a new opportunity, I think. Before I do that, let's just see what it would have been. Because if it's at Lorraine's house, then I can just stay where I'm at. This is Hill Valley High, and that is over here.
You also need to draw a new power.
What do you mean draw new power?
Because you picked...
Oh, yeah. Another reroll all. Okay. All right, so I will spend the blue one to move over here. And I will expend my yellow to try and roll for this challenge, this opportunity rather. Give me a yellow 2. Okay, wow. So that's 2 movement, 2 yellow. That completes that. It's just draw 1 power. So I'll just put this out real quick. Lorraine's house, which is right here. Requires Lorraine. Lorraine has to be here in order to attempt this opportunity. In doing so, if you complete it, the lava meter goes up by 2, and you can draw one of these. So I completed that, and I get to pick one of these. Another Biff reroll is tempting, but I kind of want to save that for you, for your attempts for various things. I could take the double heart. I might go with the wild there to give myself... Yeah, I think I'm going to take the wild here. Okay? And a new one comes out. I've got a heart. Unfortunately, that's all I have left, so I can only really move with this thing. What I could do is I could use my ability to, like, warp to the DeLorean if I want to be over there for some reason. Or do I move to your spot and help you with these things?
Could you move backwards, like 1, 2, 3? Like
I don't have to spend all 3. I don't have to spend all 3 movements.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, could you go backwards? Like,
why would I do that?
Because if you go 1 and then bring George 2, 3,
I guess I could.
I can go here and go to and Lorraine will you.
I see what you're saying. You'll lure him. Okay, we can do that. So I will spend this to move up to 3. So 1 escort, 2, 3. Now keep in mind, movement may cause problems.
Oh, that's right.
But you have that helmet that lets you draw 2 and pick the one you like. So my turn is over. I get to refresh my tiles. We really need to get that DeLorean moving.
Yeah, we do.
And we haven't really done a whole lot.
Yeah, we just been filling our array.
Yeah, at this point. We're building our engine right now.
So then this goes up, and it's my turn technically, right? So it's trouble, level 2.
Level 2. So this goes away, actually.
Oh, it does? Why?
As I said earlier, trouble cards do not stack. When a new one comes out, it replaces the existing one.
I thought it was 2. Okay, sorry.
So level 2 is Lorraine's house, which is where we are.
Oh, crud.
Players may not re-roll any dice. As a reward for completing this, draw a power.
I'm getting rid of that.
Okay. So that's the only... and a movement?
Yes.
You get to draw 2 of them.
Okay.
So you're going to pick... Move Lorraine clockwise 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, and Biff 1. That would actually lower our love meter. The other one is move Lorraine 2 spaces, move George counterclockwise.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, if we do this one, then she'll move on to Biff, and Biff will move, and right on top of her, it would, So we have to do this one to prevent this from going down.
Good for the mind reading helmet.
Yeah, thank goodness. So Lorraine moves 2 spaces clockwise, and George moves 1 space counterclockwise. I feel like that was a waste for me to do, but...
Yeah, sorry.
It's fine. So these go away.
Okay. Dang.
And it is now your turn.
Alright. I have to get rid of this. That's nasty. The fact that you can't re-roll anything, that messes you up, right? Your re-roll all?
Yeah, unfortunately, but I do have other things to draw on if I need to.
What I could do is do this. I'll use my ability so that Lorraine can move 2.
1, 2.
There's a few things I can do, I think. I can expend this to move 3. Well, would I want to do these 2 to try and at least get that part?
I can try for the part. I've got 2 and I've got a wild. Yeah. I could probably do that myself. All right. I'm gonna move. You could escort Lorraine down here and do these.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go up.
Okay.
And then go down 1, 2.
Okay.
Yes. And I will try. I'll try for this one.
All right. So you have to roll 1 pink die for that one.
All right. I will roll 1 pink die.
Now, I can help you if need be on challenges. We'll see how that goes, though.
Okay.
A wild. Okay,
Right.
so that completes this. This completes this.
Nice.
And you get, as a reward, you get to draw 1 power. This trouble card goes away.
Okay.
But now you can draw one of these powers.
I feel like I'm going to need... You have...
I can hold 2 more because of this backpack.
Yes. You have a lot of greens. You were green for a while. I have blues and I kind of want to do that heart, man. The heart one looks nice. Oh, but the reroll is nice too, in case if I got a Biff. But then I have this one. After a failed trouble or opportunity challenge, I can just exhaust it.
That's true. You have the video recorder.
I really like the 2 hearts.
How many opportunities do we have? There's 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
We're good.
What do you think? Should I get the reroll or should I get the 2 pinks?
I think re-rolling is nice, but
Re-rolling?
our love meter is only on 1 right now. We need to get it into these hearts.
In less than like...
Yeah, so I would say the more hearts we can get rolling.
I think I'm gonna have to.
And then I'll help. If we're in the same spot, I can lend you my reroll all.
Mm-hmm. And then, this starts discarded, right? Oh.
Yeah, whenever you acquire a new tile, it is face down.
Alright, so here's what I'll do. I'll, what is this one? Move the love meter?
It moves the love meter up by 2 upon completing it. And Lorraine has to be here, which she is. This is awesome.
I'm gonna use this.
Alright, so there's your pink die. You got this. It's a wild. Yes. Awesome, so we did it. So you get to draw 1 of these. Now because
I can't because I'm full.
Let me finish my sentence. Let me finish my sentence.
Sorry.
When you acquire one that takes you over your limit, you put it off to the side. At the end of your turn, you refresh everything, and then you pick and choose which of the 8 you want to keep.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So which of these would you like? And I'll move this up by 2.
Yes.
And this goes away.
Sorry, I got excited.
I know that.
That's why I interrupt you all the time.
Get some school clothes. North Shop, which is up here.
Interesting.
It's just an extra power thing.
Right. The power heart is a wild. I don't remember what I have. I got that heart and I got these 2 hearts.
What would you want to get rid of? You can get rid of these.
I want to get rid of this one because you have a lot of greens.
That's fine. So would you like to... There's this heart equals wild. Since you have a lot of hearts, you could chain these together and use your hearts for other things other than love rolls.
I could.
That's an option. Or you've got a lot of blues. You could do the same thing with blue.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'll get the heart one.
You like the heart one?
I do like the heart one better.
Okay. So there, we'll keep that face down over here for right now.
Actually, do I like the heart one? Because I have 2 tiles that are hearts, but 3 tiles that are blue. You know what? Give me the blue one.
I think that's a smarter play.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. No, I'm just saying. I'm letting you make your decisions.
I
agree with you.
I'm so concerned about the love meter. That's all.
We're getting there.
I don't want to disappear.
I see. Well, technically, yeah, you're Marty. We'll get you last.
Lucky dog. All right.
Uh-huh.
So next thing is... Okay, here's what I'll do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to expend... Oh, wait. I couldn't... I feel
While
like
we're here, I wouldn't mind giving up my heart to you to... If we can get George... Well... To try and get the love meter up further while they're over here.
You want to do that?
I can assist you. If we can get George over here... I can lend you my heart and wild to try and get the... and I've got my re-roll. So we can make a big push for the love meter, if you want. And then on my turn, I'll use my ability to get to the DeLorean and start pushing that forward.
Here's a question. If you use your powers to help, do they get refreshed?
At the end of my turn. I won't have them for my turn. But I'll get them back at the end of my turn. But it might be advantageous, because who knows when this will happen again.
It's true.
It's just a thought.
Okay.
If it were me, I'd move one. I'd escort George over, and then you can use mine to help you with your love rolls.
Okay. Okay. I'll do that. Okay.
So you're gonna escort one.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to use my heart?
Sure.
And I would suggest using my wild as well.
Are you sure it's a good idea?
Yeah, it's fine. I'll use these up there to help move the DeLorean. But that's two pink
dice. You need
dice.
the yellows to move the DeLorean, right?
Oh, you're right.
The greens are going to grab the
yeah. Then instead of moving to the DeLorean, I might go here and attempt to get this part, which I have 2, and I've got this which that's not going to help me at all.
That's why I'm a little concerned about you using
Well,
this.
do you want to at least use one while we're here?
That's fine.
Okay, let's see what happens with this.
Okay.
It's a wild, so that will go up by 1.
Okay.
Now, we can perform that again if we so choose to.
With your thing?
If we wanted, or if you'd rather just... let's take a look at what's coming up. The faded picture is coming up.
And a movement is coming up. That's why I was thinking of expending one of these to come over here. Oh, but it would be...
Well, 1, 2, 3. You can go across town square.
1, 2, 3.
To attack Biff?
Yeah, I want, because I have 2 blues. If I knock him out over and over, I can just... He won't move.
That's a possibility, if you want to do that.
I think that's a good idea. Like, keep them in the corner, George and Lorraine, as...
They're going to move anyway.
They are. That's true. What do you think?
It's up to you. You can use your blue dice you can use the remaining dice in the hopes of rolling wild, so that you can. It's a 1 in 3 chance per die to roll a wild.
It does. Say
you do have that, yes. So what you could do is you could roll 2 blue and a yellow. Again, you're limited by how many dice are in the pool, but you could roll these 3 for the love challenge.
Sure.
And if you failed, then you could refresh everything. But that means all of them would have to be
Biff, right?
Yeah, you can re-roll dice as much as you want until you roll a Biff.
Okay, let's do that. Let's expend this one, right?
Yep, and
try.
If you're gonna use this, then you want to use more than 1 die.
Oh, okay. So,
I would.
Dang, that would waste that, huh?
Yeah, it would.
Should I just not expend these 2 then to do a blue
and a yellow?
Blue, yellow. Then.
Well, how about you do 2 attempts? What you could do is. What are you trying to do? You trying to do the love thing?
Yeah.
Then I would say, because if you use blue, yellow here and a blue, I mean, you could do that. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if I fail it, I can use the video recorder.
Okay, go for it. So all we need is wilds. We need wilds.
And I have to roll these at the same time, right?
You pick and choose which ones you want to re-roll. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you'll see when it happens. So Biff, and this. You can keep re-rolling that if you want, or you can say attempt failed and just re-roll everything.
Can I just re-roll?
If you get a wild, then technically it's not a failure. So you can say I'm done, fail the challenge, and then you can use this to then
exhaust this item to refresh all.
And then try again without those Biffs. That's up to you.
I mean, he's not going to move if I roll Biff, so it's like, it doesn't hurt. Because we...
Yeah, but if you roll more wilds with this second... Are you going to use that?
Yeah, I'm going to use it, so...
Okay, so this is now spent.
Yeah. Because if we... I think that's one of the problems with that homebrew of...
It makes it easier, right. The more dice in the standard game, the more dice you roll, the riskier it becomes because Biff will potentially move more.
So I have no loss of just trying to roll for the love meter for these. What? Oh, wait, no, these are movements.
Yeah, so re-roll these 2.
Okay.
I mean, re-roll that one. 3 Biffs. Wow, okay.
You would have moved 1.
I could give you my re-roll off.
No.
But I think at this point Now, you still have 1 blue die. You can just try...
I'll do it. I'll try.
Yeah, just try and get a wild on that. Keep rolling. It's a 2 Biff. Wow. Okay. Wilds don't like us this game.
No.
All right. Well, there's
that. There's only 1 wild in the blue and
No, it's 2. There's 2. It's a 1 in 3 chance of rolling a wild.
Right.
Yeah, and we're just not getting lucky. That's all.
Ooh.
So that ended your turn. You can now refresh everything and discard one of these power tokens.
Okay. I'm gonna discard the gray one because it seems like you're gonna be doing a lot of that.
All right. So that's a starter tile. So I'm just gonna put that out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh man, if I had that in the beginning. Oh man, that would have been nice.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
All right, so now this goes up by 1, right?
Yes. So a picture fades.
All right, picture fades. We'll do the sister's feet.
My legs. And a movement.
And a movement. Okay, so let's see. This is Biff moves 2 spaces, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
So 1, 2.
Oh, closer to me.
You can knock him out.
I'm gonna knock him out.
All right, so before I do my shenanigans, should I attempt the love thing, or should I just
I say
attempt my DeLorean parts to get that thing
DeLorean.
going. Okay.
DeLorean for sure.
All right.
I'll take care of the love thing.
In that case, I should probably expend this one to move. And I'll move up 1 space. My only concern is that Biff is so close.
I'll knock him out.
I could bring one of them with me before I do that if you think it's a good idea. On your next turn, you will draw 2, so in theory you might be able to... I think it'll be all right. So I'm going to attempt this challenge with 2 green. And we'll do that. I get 2 green dice. I just need 2 green symbols. I get a... Oh, there's my 2 green symbols.
There you go.
All right. So that is done. This part goes to Doc Brown's house automatically.
Nice.
So now...
You could teleport to the DeLorean, right?
I could. What would I use that for? This one is draw 2 power, keep 1 and give the other to their player, raise the love meter by 2. I could teleport there and attempt that one. I don't think I have enough dice to attempt that 3-parter one. The 1-parter is over here. I could move 1, 2, and attempt to get this or this with my wild. You know what? I'm going to teleport with my ability. That's just a free movement for me, which is nice. I will spend my yellow one to try and move it. Is that going to be a good idea? Should I spend my wild as well? Yeah, I'll spend my... I guess I'll spend both to try and get that DeLorean moving. So I'm gonna use 2 dice.
I'm surprised you're not going for that.
I'd like to, but I don't have any... I could, but I have no backup.
Except for the reroll, but...
I mean, maybe... All right, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do the pink... All right, you're right. Pink, and we'll do pink and yellow.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine. I've got the reroll all here. Okay. So I just need 1 heart and 1 movement.
Oh, boy.
Wild and movement. We got it. So this will be done. And this is draw 2 power, keep 1 and give the other to the other player, raise the love meter by 2. We're up to 6.
Nice.
All right, so I will draw a new opportunity. This is Play with the Starlighters, Hill Valley High, which is right here. And
does that get discarded, or is that only trouble cards?
That's only trouble cards. There's always going to be 3 opportunities on the board at all times. I'm going to draw 2 and give 1 to you. Do you have a preference on which one of these you like?
Ooh, the 2 yellows, nice. But that could be for you.
I kind of want to use that to move the DeLorean.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this one.
Ooh, the heart equals the wild. That's a good one too.
And for you, I'll give you this one. Do you like the heart equals wild?
I do, but I don't know what to give up. Probably this one.
That's a wild. I'd say give up the blue. Why would? That's a wild.
Yeah.
This could be a blue.
That's true. And
so
this could be a blue too.
Yes, yeah, so I would say, yeah, that's going to be expended until the end of your next turn.
All right.
Okay. And again, I've got the backpack so I can hold more. Now, I've got these 2, which are, I mean, I could use this to move. The question is, I don't think I'm going to do that because I want to stay there and I think move the DeLorean on my next turn to try and move it down. And as I move it down, I'm going to try and grab this and complete these as well, if we can. So with that being said, I'm done with my turn and I'm going to refresh everything. I'm going to put this extra 9th one over here.
Okay.
Need more hands. All right.
You good?
I think so. Now that goes up by 1. Is that a movement?
Yes.
It's your turn, so you can draw 2 movement and pick the one you like.
Cool.
So this is move George clockwise 2 spaces, and Lorraine is counterclockwise 1 space. Or move George counterclockwise 1 space and Biff 2.
Ooh.
So that would actually cause a love to go down.
This one then.
All right, so that means George is going to go 2 spaces this way.
Okay.
And Lorraine is going to go here.
Okay.
And Biff does not move.
Here's my thought process then. What if... 1, 2, 3... Okay, I have an idea. What if I expend this to move 3, right? And I go 1, 2, 3. use my ability for Lorraine to move 2 spaces to me.
Yep.
And then I can try for the love meter.
Okay. So remember, only 2 hearts per roll, unless you've got other things, but you don't have that thing yet.
You know what? I might actually do the blues because these count. They could count as a wild.
Correct. Okay.
So
you don't have any rerolls, unfortunately.
I don't, but I have this if it fails.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you're gonna go all in on that love meter, and I'll work on that DeLorean.
So 2 blues, 2 reds, and this gets flipped over too.
Only if you use it.
I see. Okay. So,
you got this.
I'm really trying to get my parents back together.
I see that.
This is heavy.
There's that word again.
Oh!
Wow!
My gosh!
2 hearts. Wow, wow, wow. That is 5 on the love meter.
5 hearts.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's up to 11. That is really good.
Okay. I'm going to do
You've got more.
2 as hearts.
All right. You're going to double down on those hearts. That's really good.
So that's 1 heart and the other heart. And that's it.
All right. You still got your video recorder. Biff and Wild. That if you accept that, it's just it's not bad.
It's not bad. I think I can do better. I'm gonna choose this.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna exhaust this.
All right. I mean, you might as well.
And roll both of these, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Biff and Biff. Look what you did.
I know.
You got greedy.
That's all right. That's all right.
You have the blue and yellow. You could use that for movement. You could try the love again and hope for wilds. I mean,
you could.
It's either movement or try the love thing again with the 2. You'd have to get 2. You have to get the wilds.
What is? Oh, that's a power, right?
Yeah, it's gain of power. Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
All right,
really.
whatever. Come on, wilds. Wild.
A wild. Well, you're back to where you started. So now we've got a 12.
All right, that's fine.
All right, not too bad.
Dang, we
so
could have 1 heart.
That's okay. We're good. I mean, we're doing very well.
And so that's my turn.
Yeah, so now you refresh everything.
Yep.
And you get to choose which one to discard. If it were me, I'd get rid of the single blue one.
Yeah.
And then your wild could use that instead. Again, when you pick a blue die, you can use the wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a different one you want?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Unless you don't think we need the hearts anymore. But then again, your hearts can be used as a wild. You know what I mean? Any heart you roll can be a wild.
Yeah.
So that's actually good that you're stacking those.
Yeah.
So this goes away out of the game.
Okay.
All right, so now that goes up by 1.
That is
Trouble 2? Is that Trouble 2?
Yes, Trouble level 2.
All right. This is at Doc Brown's house, which is here. Mm-hmm. Players may not modify dice rolls.
Ooh. Movement.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what this is. Move Lorraine clockwise 1 space and Biff 2. So Lorraine goes 1 and then 1, 2. So Biff is coming after you guys.
So he moved clockwise and she moved clockwise. Okay.
Yes.
I have to really picture that.
Biff moves clockwise or counterclockwise depending on who's closer.
Yeah.
In this case, George was closest. He moved closer to him.
Okay.
And then the card tells you which direction to move Lorraine and George.
Okay.
So now it is my turn.
So modifications are these, right?
Yes. Well, modify. Yeah. So I don't think these can be used, which kind of sucks. The first thing I want to do is try and. So it says may not modify dice rolls.
I would imagine it's these ones, the ones that.
Yeah, these are straight up yellow. I can't. I gotta try that to try and move the DeLorean. So I'm gonna do 2 yellow to try and move that DeLorean. I rolled a wild and a Biff.
Okay.
But I've got that reroll all. It's not modifying. It's just reroll all Biffs. I might try that to try and get better on that. And wild. Okay, so I got 2 movement. So now it's 1, 2. Now the DeLorean is out of my space. I now have to move down a space to move him further. I'm going to use my heart to move.
What? Okay. Why wouldn't you use your ability?
What ability?
Your once.
I could do that, actually. You're right. All right, so I will use my ability to teleport here. Mm-hmm. And I can continue moving it, which I may do, but I also want to try and complete... what's the electric guitar do? Let's see what that does. I like having these abilities. Exhaust this item to refresh up to 2 exhausted power. Ooh, that's nice. So I could use this to get... Yeah, I think I will go for that. Yeah, instead of moving the DeLorean, I'm going to try and complete that.
You didn't even take a look at this one.
No, I want that electric... I mean, I know Marty should have the electric guitar, but I think
go for it.
Doc's the one that had the amp anyway,
Yeah,
right? I'm just saying, he should... It's fitting. It's a Biff.
Oh.
So, that failed. I'm going to use my wild to try again. Give me that yellow, give me yellow, give me yellow. Yes, I got it.
Nice. Okay.
So, I get this. I get to draw 1 power item, and that would bring me up to 10. Out of all of these, 1 wild turns into 2 wild. I kind of like that. I also have another reroll all dice, which is nice, but with the electric guitar... I can refresh things that I failed on. So I might actually just take the 1 wild turns into 2.
Okay.
And a new one comes out.
Now, granted, you cannot use that until this is gone, right? Because that's like...
I still have this. I mean, I could just straight up try it.
It's up to you.
But we're not there yet.
Yeah.
I need to get another opportunity out because I completed one.
Yeah.
George's house. George must be there. Draw 1 power, gain the sci-fi magazine if you complete that one.
Okay.
I kind of want to go for that part. So I think I'll do 1 die for the part. Try and complete this part here. Give me a green. 2 greens.
Nice.
Awesome. So I got the part. I just need this one now
Yeah.
to get it past. We're not even there yet.
Yeah.
And then, do I want Biff's homework? What is that? What does Biff's homework do?
No idea.
Exhaust this item to move Biff to your location.
Whoa.
This card may not be used in town square. Nice, but I feel like I need to keep pushing forward. I need to get that DeLorean moving.
Yeah.
The downside is... Okay, so what I could do is... this trouble means I can't modify dice, though. I was going to try and move the DeLorean with these, but unfortunately...
well, modifying dice, I think that would
that's
only...
that's a modification.
Yeah, this is a modification, but if you try with these and you get a wild with those, that's not modifying it. That's just getting the wild.
That would... I'd hate to use 3 dice on one thing like that. I wish there was a...
What else is there?
I could move down with 1. Since I can't modify, I'll try and get rid of this.
Okay.
So I'll come down 1 space, and on my next turn I can always teleport right back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to exhaust this to move because I can't modify. I'm going to use these 3 dice on this challenge here. So pink, green, and blue. I just need...
So in order to move the DeLorean, you need to be where the DeLorean is at? I see.
Unless you have the remote control.
Oh,
which is an item that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Biff, heart, and a wild.
Ooh.
It's not... I have the 1 wild, but not the heart, so I don't think... No, that was a failure. I could re-roll the heart. Yeah, if I get a wild on this, I succeed. I got it. 2 wilds. Knock down Biff in the process. That completes this, and I get to draw 1 power tile.
Nice.
Now, here's the thing, though. Like, what would I want to give up? There's a green...
You're gonna get refreshed anyways in the next turn. You might as well refresh them all.
Yeah, alright. So, yeah, these are... I'm gonna get... Okay, so this is the end of my turn anyway. Actually, I just acquired this, so I can't use it yet. So I'm gonna refresh everything, and I need to figure out which one to get rid of. I want to get rid of the singles, I think. I'm not using a whole lot of these blues, to be honest with you. I don't have... I mean, my blues... I've got a blue, but I really haven't used a whole lot of blues.
I have mainly the blues, and it doesn't seem like blues are really...
And I can use this to help me modify these into blues if I need to. I'm tempted to replace one of these 2 with this.
Okay.
So, because I need to move that DeLorean more.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I get rid of the heart, because we're almost up there on the heart meter. I'm going to replace my power starter one with this one. Okay. And that gets refreshed. And I think... Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. So now, your turn. You have to move the thing.
All right, so that is a picture fades.
We're not in. We're gonna get rid of Dave's feet.
Okay, and a movement comes out, but
You
I
get
get
two of
two
them.
movement. Discard one.
All right. So Biff moves 2 there. That's
Ooh.
bad. Although Lorraine. Oh, that's Lorraine. So that would actually be bad. Move George to George's house and Biff 1 space.
Okay.
That's probably better.
Yeah,
George moves here, which is where he needs to be for that one. And then Biff moves 1. Now again, when they're equidistant like this, Biff moves toward Lorraine.
Lorraine, yeah.
So there you go. And what else was there? That was it.
That was it.
Okay, so now it is. We've got what, 7 turns to get.
Yeah.
That DeLorean is the only thing that's worrying me right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna double down on that as hard as I can.
Yeah. All right.
I also need to get this part up here at some point.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I kind of want to cement the heart, to be honest. Although I could.
What does the sci-fi magazine do? Which is that?
What is Biff's homework? Sorry, one more.
Biff's homework allows you to transport Biff to your location, which may or may not be good, depending. Yeah. The sci-fi magazine exhaust this item to turn all green into hearts during 1 challenge roll. May not be necessary, considering that we're already close to maximum heartage.
All right. Since Biff is right here,
I'm gonna punch him in the face.
I think I might actually do that. Just knock him out.
Yes.
But at the same time, I kind of want to use my blue dice for other things.
If you don't plan on using your hearts for a heart challenge this turn, because they're so far away, you could use your hearts during the beat 'em up part, and then turn heart results into blue results.
Here's what I was thinking. I was thinking of moving here.
Okay.
Using my ability for Lorraine to come over
Oh,
here.
yeah.
And then using...
You can help me move the DeLorean, too.
Yeah, I could. I really wanted to get that cemented, though.
Well, we've got many more turns.
We do? We have 7.
Yeah, well, we only need 1 more to get up here.
Oh.
You could lose it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we need to be in this general area at the end of the game.
The general area?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So...
The heart may not be that important.
1, 2... Oh,
my only concern is on your next turn... Oh, you're going to move Lorraine away.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to do that?
Yeah. 1, 2 to do that. And that was... Okay. Well...
We just need to keep Lorraine away from Biff and George away from Biff.
Okay, and here's what I'll do. She's moving there. Oh, fudge. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3. All right, maybe I should use... All right, I'm going to try and help you move the car.
All right, that means you have to expend... You're going to try just the yellow one for right now?
The yellow and...
You'd have to use that blue one.
Yeah, but which is fine because I can use it as a wild.
Okay. So you're going to do that.
Yeah, and I'm going to probably use this one as well as the yellow. Or as a blue.
I would wait on... Oh, yeah, okay.
For a wild.
Okay, you're going to double down on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to try and move.
Get that DeLorean moved.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not there to help you reroll dice, unfortunately.
That's okay.
Although you've got your video recorder.
I do.
Okay, so here's the thing. You've got 2 movement and 2 of these, which is...
2 movement.
So that's 4 movement there, which isn't bad at all. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's on this spot. That's great. That's actually good. That sets me up.
Is it good? All right.
That sets me up very well. I can stay here and move the DeLorean further on my turn.
Okay.
But you still have some hearts to worry about. You can turn hearts into wilds, so you could... You can do anything with these hearts.
I have to be... Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm thinking. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, here's what I'll do. Okay. I'll do this. I'll use this. Go 1, 2, 3. I'll use this to bring her over here. And I'll just use this to try and get the love meter up more.
Okay, that's fine.
So two rolls.
2 pink. So there's no modifications there, but let's hope for the best. 2 hearts.
2 hearts.
So we're up to, we're in. So the next time that picture comes up, we won't have to flip any over.
Okay.
All right. And that looks like the end of your turn.
Yes.
Okay. So you refresh everything.
Yeah. And it's your turn.
Yeah. So that moves up. It's just movement.
Move
Okay.
your
Let's
card.
see how bad this one is. Move Lorraine counterclockwise 2 spaces. So this is Lorraine.
Yep.
1, 2. And Biff moves 2. 1, 2.
To George?
They're equidistant. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or this George is closer. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He moves whoever's closer.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to start by trying to move the DeLorean.
Okay.
I kind of also want to save my greens for this part up here.
Oh my god, we don't even have that. I thought we had it.
Well, what I could do is I could go here first with a movement, try it, and then teleport back to the DeLorean and then move it.
That's a good idea.
So I think I'm going to spend my blue, because I'm not really going to use blue, to move 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to use a green and a green and... I guess I got to use this one too, this yellow and pink one. That gives me some extra options here. So let's just see how bad this goes. I need 3 green symbols to get that part. 1, 2.
Oh my gosh.
But I have this thing.
Yeah.
So I'll use 1 wild turns into 2 wilds.
Nice.
Instead of using it, I can re-roll this. If it turns out to be a Biff, then I'll use it. Biff. Okay. Mm-hmm. I will use this to turn 1 wild into 2. This is now a total of 3 flux capacitors. That takes care of this part. Mm-hmm. So now we have all the parts. We can move it past the house once it gets there.
So now you teleport.
And now I will teleport with my ability back to DeLorean. I will use my yellows to start moving the DeLorean.
What about a green as well?
I could. Yeah,
if it lands on that, it could be a wild.
Yeah, I guess. Movement. That's fine.
I don't know.
No, that's a good idea. Yeah, we could do that. Biff, Biff, Biff. I'm going to re-roll all. That was the worst possible roll in the history of mankind. All right. Oh. I've got a Biff, a flux capacitor, and a move.
Oh, you could have exhausted.
I'm getting there. I'm not done yet. So movement, and this turns into... So I'm going to use this to change this into...
A wild.
Yes, it's 1, 2. I've got this left. I am going to use my electric guitar to flip 2 things over again. I'm going to go with 1 on that one, and... I don't think it matters. I guess a reroll all. That way, if I get more Biffs, I can re-roll them and get rid of them. So I'm going to use my electric guitar to refresh 2 things. Mm. And I'm going to try again with 2 yellow here, just to keep moving this DeLorean. A movement and a Biff. I will go ahead and use that to re-roll the Biff. It's a Biff. So it moves 1 spot. And I will, for my last one, just roll 1 yellow die to try and move the DeLorean again.
Okay.
And it's a wild. Nice. So that moves. So now we're at Doc Brown's house.
Perfect.
It is now fixed, but now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We just need 5 spots to get it up there.
Wow.
The DeLorean, by the way, never goes backward. So that concludes my turn. I think that was a pretty good one.
That was great.
Okay.
And then this moves
1 space up. And what?
Trouble level 3.
Ooh, okay. The trouble level 2, if it were still up, would go away. But now this one's even worse.
And a movement. Mm-hmm.
All right, so trouble 3 is Starlighter's guitarist injured. Okay, that's remember the car.
I remember.
Who are you calling Spook Peckerwood? Once per turn, after resolving the movement cards, roll 2 heart dice. If you roll 2 Biffs, flip 1 McFly photo section face down. This roll may not be modified. So after every movement card, we have to roll 2 pink dice.
Nasty.
Yeah, and this is the school parking lot, which is up here.
Right.
All right, and now the movement.
Yep.
For you, right?
Yep.
So you get to draw 2 of them. 1, 2. Okay, this is bad. Move George to Lou's Cafe where Biff is, and then Biff moves twice.
Ooh.
Or move George 3 spaces clockwise, which is 1, 2, 3, and then Biff 1. He would prioritize George because he's closer.
Okay.
That would prevent the love meter from going down.
And then this kicks in, right?
That does. So now you have to roll 2 dice. If you roll 2 Biff, We have to flip one of these face down.
Nasty.
And we need to do that as soon as possible if we can. One Biff and a Wild. We're good.
Okay.
If that had been a Biff, we would have to flip one of these face down.
That's nasty.
Yeah.
I have to wonder if I should go there and try to get rid of that.
Well, considering that we don't need to push the love meter anymore, our primary goal now is to get the DeLorean.
Yeah, but we still have to be this.
Right, we have to keep George. I think we need to crowd control Biff.
You want me to knock him out?
I think that's going to be your job.
All right.
Crowd controlling Biff and dealing with these while I get the DeLorean to its spot.
Okay. Well, now, if he's knocked out and Lorraine or George move past him...
Nothing happens.
Okay. So, I will move... Let's see, which one do I move? I'll do this one. Yeah.
Well, no, blue dice is used for combat.
Yeah.
I'd use the hearts.
The hearts?
Or, yeah, you don't plan to move the DeLorean, do you?
No.
All right, then I would use the yellows.
I would use the hearts because this can be used as a blue.
Correct, yeah.
So 1, 2.
All right.
And I'm going to knock his butt out.
So you're going to, well, you want to try with these first? And then 2 pink. Well, you want to overkill them.
Yeah. Maybe.
I would say try these 2 first.
Yeah.
That would give you 3 dice.
Yeah.
Because you could get a double hit and knock. He can only have a total of 3 of these knockout tokens.
Yeah.
You could have 4 successes. 1 to knock down, 3 tokens for the knockdown thing.
That's fine. Blue, blue, yellow. Okay.
You got this. All right. So you got 1 hit, a wild, and you can re-roll that. Let's see what you get.
Mm-hmm.
Wild. Okay, so that's 3. So 1 knockdown and 2 tokens. So the next 3 times Biff tries to move with a movement card,
He cannot.
he cannot.
All right, I'm going to expend. I guess. Oh.
Now, once he's down, you cannot punch him again. You have to wait till he gets back up. But now,
Should have saved that one.
that's okay. You've got a wild for that up there.
Yeah, I'm gonna expend. This to go 1. Oh shoot! I don't have enough to move. 1, 2, 3. Dang. 1, 2, 3. Dang. I would have to expend 2.
Well, you don't have a modifier anymore. You don't have any blue dice.
Oh yeah.
So you could
1 and 2 to move up to 6.
1, 2, 3, and then 1.
4.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Should I take George with me and just go like around?
If you want, so you can go 1,
1,
2,
2,
3, and
4.
then 1.
Yeah.
Want to do that?
Yeah. Because I had up to 6 since I flipped 2 tiles.
These stands are a little bendy.
Are
Be careful with these legs. It looks like Marty's knees are coming off.
Oh no! He's turning his picture. It's his next leg.
I guess so.
All right. So I guess I will roll 2 hearts and a yellow
All right.
to try and get that nastiness out. Okay. Oh.
2 wilds and a Biff, which is perfect. That's enough. Yeah, this 1 wild can be your yellow movement.
Yeah.
That clears this, and well, you don't need to spend that.
Yeah,
because,
I don't.
Yeah. So draw 1 of these as a reward.
Okay.
Which one would you like?
What is that? The fast travel is a wild?
Yes.
You know what? Yeah. Well.
What would you get rid of?
What would I get rid of?
At this point, well, no, that feeds that nicely.
I'd probably get rid of this one then. Because of this.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess that one.
You want this?
Unless the wild.
Or the reroll? The reroll?
No, because I have my video. I like that.
Or you like the 1 wild is 2 what?
I kind of like that one, but at the same time.
That would chain too, because if you could turn that into a wild with this, and then that.
Oh, those chain?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Give me that then. Oh, does it have to be like on the end first? And
Well, I thought your turn was over anyway.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, then yeah, you get to keep
All
it
right.
now. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we move this, and a picture goes away.
It doesn't because we're in the hearts.
That's right, and a movement. 2 movements come out. Oh, 2 pictures go away. Oh no.
Well, it doesn't matter because we're
Yeah.
still happy. We're still in love.
So 2 movements.
All right. So 1 is
Oh my gosh.
Lorraine clockwise 1 space, which is this way, and then Biff. So 2 tokens go away.
Oh man.
And then next is Lorraine counterclockwise 2 spaces.
Oh.
And George clockwise 1.
Oh, George.
George.
He's running away from me.
He's like, no, cooties. Hey, you, get your damn hands off. School parking lot, it fits. Anyway.
Wow. It does.
Anyway, okay. How much you want to bet there's a card in there? Anyway, so it's my turn?
Yes.
Okay, so I will start by trying to move the DeLorean with 2 yellow and 2 green. Mm-hmm. So that, and that for right now. And because I'm in the same spot as the DeLorean. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I think I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna save that reroll for a nasty turn later. Mm-hmm. So that's 2 greens. I turn that into wilds.
Do those chain?
I believe so.
Yeah, I would say do it if you can.
Yeah, I have to pick 1 die. Yeah, so I believe those 2 chain. So that would be what, 4? Yeah, because 1 each. If I make these 2 wild. 1 wild, that's 2 times 2 is 4.
Wow.
4, 5, 6 movement.
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we
Wow.
got the DeLorean there.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah.
So these are expended?
Yes.
Okay.
Now at this point, we just have to deal with Biff.
And knock him out.
Yeah, well, he's already knocked out.
Add knockout token, because there's at least 6 more movements coming up.
Yeah, I'm gonna maybe stick by him. I kind of want to move this up further if I can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this blue one to 1, 2, escort him.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend this one to roll a yellow and a pink, just to try and get. There's a wild, which is perfect. It can't go any higher than what that is.
I was gonna say I could try and help you out.
That's fine. I think for my last couple of movements, I want to stick next to Biff. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to just exhaust that.
Can you use your turn your ability to teleport?
I could, but I mean, there's no point to. I mean,
and then try to add knockout tokens.
You can't knock him out when he's down. You can only when he's standing up.
Oh, really?
So at this point, I might as well just end my turn. There's nothing else. I mean, at this point...
You could have, probably had items.
At this point, what would they do? This one, George has to be here. There's a power... It's just a power item there, and that one is Biff's homework.
I see.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm just going to end my turn and be done with it.
I'm nervous about these. 6 movements, another trouble, and 2 more fade. Well, no fades. All right, fine. So my turn?
Yeah.
So 2 movements come out. So it's 2 movement and I discard, and then 2 movement and I discard.
Well, does that say once per turn?
On your turn, it says when you draw a movement card.
Oh, so you could do that twice. Okay. So move George clockwise 2 and then Biff 2. He would move here. He gets up for 1 and moves here for 2. Or just Biff just stands up.
Yeah, I think I'm going with that one.
All right.
And then another one. 1, 2.
Move George counterclockwise 2 spaces, and then Biff moves on top of him. Or move Lorraine to Lorraine's house, and then Biff moves 1. It's even worse.
Oh my god.
So we need to, I think, George here and Biff here.
Fine.
And then you can go and do something about that. Is there anything else, or is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to probably then... What is that card up there? What is the card?
Reward, draw 1 of these power tiles. You need a blue. You just need to knock Biff out, I think.
Yeah, I think so. All right. So, okay. So what if I do 1, 2? Oh, I have to use 1.
I'd say use a heart, because... Oh, no, you can use a heart as a wild, huh?
I could. Maybe these instead? Well, or just the... Well, that's hard.
Well, you can use your hearts to punch him.
I'm just going to use that.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Why wouldn't you just use this one then? Because that's a blue-yellow.
Yeah, I don't really need the yellow though.
Well, it might be a wild for something else. I'd say
right.
use that. So you used it to move, and you're going to punch him again?
I am. I'm going to use a heart, a blue and a yellow, and I guess that's it. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, so punch, wild. You can re-roll this if you want to try and get...
What if I expend this, and that's 4?
That's 4, yeah, you can do that.
That's exactly 4.
Alright, so that knocks him down and adds 3 of these knockout tokens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What did I use? I used A blue to move.
A pink.
Used a pink. I keep forgetting to do these.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So you've got that left.
I got this left. Okay. I will expend. I know.
Movement just to get him out of there.
1, 2, 3.
And then use Lorraine's ability.
Hold on. Not yet. I'll expend this. 1. And then I'll use her ability.
Marty's
She's
ability.
Here. 1, 2. Marty's ability. And he's up in the corner, they're up in the corner, and I guess that's it.
That's fine with me. All right, so you can refresh everything, move on.
Level 3.
Level 3. If we beat this trouble thing, I think we're fine. Yeah. So this is Gang Steals Lunch Money, Lose Cafe, which is here. Each Biff on a movement card or rolled on a die equals 2 Biffs. Doesn't really do anything considering that we've gotten rid of that one rule where Biff... You want to draw a different one to make it more powerful?
Yeah.
All right. Lorraine's house. Gang prank calls Lorraine. Move George and Lorraine to their respective houses. They cannot be escorted or moved by a movement card.
That's fine.
So movement.
Yeah.
That was Lorraine's house. Yeah. And now movement. So only Biff gets result. Yeah, one Biff.
There's 2.
So one Biff.
And then another movement.
Another movement. Move Lorraine to north, but that we ignore that, and then 2 Biffs. So 1, 2. That's it.
Oh, that gets ignored?
No, yeah, remember, this says they cannot be escorted or moved by a movement card. That's the movement card.
Okay.
So Lorraine does not move.
That's crazy. Good on you, Lorraine.
Okay, but I'm going to try and take care of this while I'm here.
Might as well.
And then escort them back over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all I can really do. So I'll just do this one, and I think I'll spend my 2 green because I've got that there. Just to try and get rid of that. And what else could I do? Maybe my wild for another pink. And we'll do that. So I need 2 hearts and a green. I'm going to re-roll my Biffs.
Yep.
Even though I don't need to because I've got that one wild ability. So 3 wilds. That's enough to take care of this. It's done. I could have used this if I wanted to.
Doesn't matter.
But this is now gone. I get to draw 1 power. I'm not going to bother because I don't want anything at this point. I'm happy. So these go away. That's taken care of. I'm just going to spend 1, 2, 3. Spend another 1. 1, 2. Done. I'm done. Right. So move on to the next
You even
thing.
have the electric guitar.
I could. I did not need it.
All right. Next is my turn.
Yeah, that's the last turn of the game.
All right. 2 pictures fade. They don't. 2 movements. So a movement, 2 movements, and I get to discard 1.
Move George counterclockwise 1 space, and then Biff moves 2, or Biff moves 2.
Biff moves 2.
So he stands up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2.
Okay.
All right, that's it. And then if you end
another one, another movement.
Oh, another movement? Okay.
Do you want me to shuffle?
No, it's fine. At this point, it doesn't matter.
All right.
Move Lorraine clockwise
or
3 spaces. I'm sorry.
2 of them.
Move George to George's house, and Biff moves 1. It doesn't matter. Lorraine goes here, or George goes here. Either way, Biff moves up.
Yeah, it's fine, George.
George goes to his house.
George is a coward.
1. All right. And that's it. If you end your turn now, the game is over.
All right, I'm ending it. Okay. Actually, no. Do that.
You want them to be more in love. They're already in love.
1, 2. I want them to be
together.
Happy at George's house.
I see. You're telling a good story. Okay, so this goes up. We've successfully got the heart meter here and the DeLorean on one of these 3 end spaces. We are fine.
All right, and then I'm gonna move.
Oh my gosh! So what did you think, for the sake of battery power and life? What did you think of this one?
Punch him with 3. Okay. I liked it. I thought it was great.
I liked my casual variant, to be honest with you. I can see the strategy and the whole rolling more dice equals more. Could you imagine rolling 3 Biffs and him just that's we won around here.
Here's the
with
thing.
my variant. You know
with your variant, I don't mind the variant. I think having choices of 6 might be a little bit much.
Maybe 3.
I would have had it where you chose 2 powers and then discarded 1.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing with this movement. You know, the mind reading helmet. But I like the variant of the Biff not being able to move because this turn tracker sucks. I don't like that one player goes and then the turn tracker and then the next player goes then the turn tracker.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to try the rolling of the Biff causes him to move if the turn tracker was a little different in the sense that you go, I go, and then turn tracker.
I agree.
You go, I go, turn tracker.
That was one variant I was playing around with, but I thought it would be too easy. What we played was semi-easy. If both of us had a chance to go before that, it's possible. By including that whole Biff movement thing, we could do that. We would have to end every turn, though, with, like, Biff over here and...
Yeah,
like,
or do, like, an alternating variant. Like the turn goes, right, and then me, you... And then the turn goes, and then me, you, and then the turn goes, and then the turn goes, me, you.
That goes back to square one.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I actually played around with the idea of using all 4 characters and having all 4 go and end the game. That might be too crazy. Having all of those powers before the computer gets to go, it just seems overpowered at that point. But I was messing around. I like the idea that the game is very customizable.
Yeah.
I think the game as is default is a bit too difficult for me, even though I've never played it. I can already see the RNG. There's a 1 in 3 chance that Biff moves every time you roll a die.
Yeah.
So unless someone is constantly on top of Biff knocking him out, he is just going to mess up everything all the time. And no matter how well you play, if you get some really bad dice rolls, then game over. I don't like that.
I'll be honest, I would love to play it.
I know you would.
I want to play the standard because I think if that's where these rerolls, that's why there's so many of these. I feel like that's where the strategy comes into play.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, do I sacrifice some of these powers for the reroll Biffs? You know? Oh, wow, we didn't even get to see those too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely would have played the default variant, or the default game.
See, to me, that would be too... I would play it, but I would not enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah, I would be too frustrated with RNG rules. To make it less RNG, I feel like... I don't like the fact that by default, we only draw the top power, and whatever we get, we get. I don't like that. I feel like a reward should be a reward. Like something of your choosing. If 6 is too much to choose from a pool, or 3 is too much for you people, then you can do what Idly said and draw 2, pick one you like, and discard the other one. That might offset some of the bad... What if you get a bunch of these rerolls because of bad shuffling?
Well, there you go.
I don't like that. I'm just saying, like, I want more strategy and less RNG. I think my variant would be good for casual gamers that just want to have fun with this game and learn it. And I would play it again as is, to be honest with you. But I felt like, though, toward the end, it was like, all right, we're just going through the motions now to end the game.
That's why, like, I like the whole nitty-gritty, like, oh my gosh, oh crap moments. Just like in the movie, I guess. But I like the easier variant, again, because of I don't like the turn tracker. I like the turn tracker, but I don't like the way that the turns are. Like...
Yeah, I won't see my turn. In a 4-player game, it sucks because you'll go and then 1, 2, you won't see your turn until here again. You know what I mean? Like, you only get to take maybe, 5 turns in the entire game with 4 people?
I think it should be like...
In a 4-player game, maybe 2 people go, then the computer, 2 people go, then the computer.
The AI should not be going after every single person's turn, in my opinion. I think that's silly, but...
Yeah, I just don't know if I don't think it's balanced. I admittedly unbalanced it just by doing what I did. Yeah. I'm just saying we'd have to test it to see if that would be viable.
I mean, that's the great thing about board games. You can...
Modify stuff as you see fit.
Yeah. I would play the default version and kind of, tick every time we actually lost the game, but then, retcon things.
Oh, I see.
To see how many times we
enter a cheat code at the last minute and go, oh, look at that! Yeah. We got 15 love all of a sudden. Look at that. It's amazing.
Yep. I don't know. That's what I used to do with other board games.
Up, down, left, right, BA start. Yep. Konami code for those of you nerds out there. Anyway, so I liked this game. I would play it again. Yeah, did you like the tests and I liked the engine building here. It was a light engine building element. I liked the rewards. we didn't get through all of these. There's a remote control. I believe that allows you to move the DeLorean when you're not on its space. Skateboard turns Biff.
The hoverboard?
The skateboard turns one Biff into a blue result. Remember, there's no hoverboard in 1955.
Yeah,
That was Back to the Future Part 2. Biff's homework. I just pushed my glasses into my face just now, just FYI.
Okay.
I was having a nerd moment. I was correcting you. I sounded like a huge nerd.
That's okay.
Lorraine's locket. You can do a love check even when George isn't nearby.
Yeah.
Radiation suit, we saw that one. Sci-fi mag, cassette player, binoculars.
It's funny that you say like the hoverboard wasn't available in if we had a DLCs, like if we had not DLCs, sorry. If we had expansions.
October 21st, 2015 expansion.
If we had expansions of like the Wild West, of this.
Of 1885?
Yeah, or like even the futuristic of like old Biff.
That's Mad Dog Tannen that you're talking about. That's Mad Dog. No one calls me that name.
No, future Biff. I was talking about the...
You mean old Biff?
Yeah.
Or you mean Griff, his son or grandson?
Both.
It's grandson, because old Biff was the old man in Back to the Future 2. Griff was his grandson.
Yeah, the one that passed the almanac out.
Yeah, the old Biff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, old Biff.
Yeah, if there was like if there were expansions for this that incorporated the other movies, I think it would be great.
That would be cool. But again, this was just, I would love to see, like you said, I would love to see like future content, Back to the Future 2 and 3 DLCs, adding more maps and other things. 1885, you have to get the DeLorean, you have to hijack the train, someone has to deal with Mad Dog.
What if there's a crossover? You have Star Wars miniatures.
I'm not going.
We could put Star Wars in
here.
We could put like the Millennium Falcon in
No, you're wrong.
The Enterprise with Star Wars miniatures.
No, you're wrong. This is blasphemy. Back to the Future, Back in Time. Great game. You can mod it if you find it too difficult. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vincent Idley. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys.